我想去闯一闯。
3饱和，
次降临了，
该有多少超级存在？霸主，
我的今天这番田地，不休，
不死不休。
没用的东西，
有这点威能。
但现在
击笔。
Hello everyone, welcome to the Alrasta channel. Here, I will share spoilers for SwallowedStar episode 211. Remember, this is based on the novel, so it won't be 100% similar to the Donghua version. Okay, without further ado, let's dive right into the story. After the life and death duel between King Bark Mirror and Luofeng, news of the duel quickly spread throughout the universe and sparked a wave of doubt among the universe venerables on Thunder Island. Luofeng saw this moment as a golden opportunity to respond to the challenge from the Primal Chaos City leader regarding his eligibility to occupy the mountainside. With complete confidence, he immediately set off for the specified coordinates while instructing his servants to prepare a grand victory party for his return. The extremely confident King Bark Mirror chose a mountain fragment in the ancestral god's secret region as the arena for the duel and broadcast the fight live to the entire universe via a virtual network. He felt that his status as a special life form with a massive divine body would easily destroy Luofeng, who was only human. However, the atmosphere instantly became tense when Luofeng landed with his silver wings and showed extraordinary calm in the face of his archenemy. The battle began with an explosive burst of divine power so powerful that it tore apart the space around the two mighty combatants. King Bark Mirror was shocked to realize that the intensity of Luofeng's energy was able to match that of a special life-form creature whose power was equivalent to that of a universe venerable. Without wasting any time, Luofeng immediately deployed his star diagram treasure, which formed 520 mini black holes to lock down his opponent's movements. The black holes then merged to form a giant beast god that attacked King Bark Mirror with unimaginable speed and power. Thanks to his extraordinary determination and willpower, Luofeng's attack successfully penetrated his opponent's armor defense and instantly destroyed 6% of his divine body in one blow. King Bark Mirror began to feel cornered because Luofeng's attack technique far exceeded the peak level of technique he had possessed all this time. In desperation, King Bark Mirror tried to win the war of stamina, but he did not realize that Luofeng carried the remote ocean clone body, which provided him with an unlimited supply of energy. Realizing that he could not possibly win against Luofeng, King Bark Mirror finally chose to blow himself up in an explosion that destroyed space for millions of miles. The deadly explosion ended the history of the arrogant King Bark Mirror, who had previously been very confident that he could kill the human talent. Shortly after the explosion subsided, a powerful figure named Venerable Pay Fun suddenly appeared at the scene to claim the treasure left behind by his alliance, as he was a universe venerable at the overlord level. Despite facing a far stronger existence, Luofeng firmly refused to hand over his loot, believing himself to be the rightful winner of the deadly duel. Using the power of the Beast God, he quickly secured the space ring and all the treasures of King Bark Mirror before the opposing side could act further. After the massive explosion of the King Bark Mirror subsided, Luofeng swiftly secured all of his loot before Venerable Pay Fun could reach it. Although Venerable Pay Fun demanded the return of the items on the grounds that they belonged to the Northern Territory Alliance, Luofeng boldly refused and mocked the greed of the universe venerable overlord. Tensions peaked when Venerable Pay Fun, feeling insulted, launched a deadly attack, considering the human talent to be too arrogant and greedy. Venerable Pay Fun launched a deadly soul attack at the speed of light to instantly destroy his enemy's consciousness permanently. Fortunately for Luofeng, he possessed a soul treasure called the Tower Pearl, which was able to perfectly withstand the mental onslaught of the universe venerable overlord. The failure of this soul attack greatly surprised Venerable Pay Fun, who realized that Luofeng possessed a very rare soul defense secret that was coveted by many rulers of the universe. Realizing that the soul attack was ineffective, Venerable Pay Feng immediately awakened the law domain of time, which froze the space around them and brought it under complete control. He then unleashed the wind annihilation technique in the form of small tornadoes that continuously tore at Luofeng's divine body, shattering it countless times in an instant. Although his original body suffered severe damage, Luofeng was still able to survive thanks to the unlimited energy support from the remote ocean clone he had hidden in his world ring. Venerable Pay Feng was astonished to see Luofeng's body instantly recover despite being hit by a deadly attack capable of killing a universe venerable at the initial level. He finally realized that Luofeng had brought his clone bodies to the battlefield, so the only way to win was to destroy all of that energy reserve. The universe venerable overlord's killing intent grew even more frenzied as he was determined to eliminate the human genius and seize his precious soul treasure. Venerable Pay Feng unleashed his ultimate technique in the form of two small dragon-shaped black whirlwinds that could completely destroy any fragment of space they touched. Luofeng felt a very real threat of death approaching because this attack had a far more terrifying destructive power than the previous techniques. In the midst of the universe and under Venerable Overlord's deadly pursuit, Luofeng had to fight extra hard with his Shi Wu wings to survive an attack that could end his life. Luofeng realized that Venerable Pay Feng's two black whirlwinds were attacks on the universe Venerable Overlord level, far more terrifying than the previous attacks. Trapped in the Time Law domain, he could not escape using the ancient boat galaxy or Mosha's body, so he was forced to make a very extreme decision. At that critical moment, he released his 5,500-mile-tall remote ocean clone body, which was almost the size of Earth, to directly withstand the deadly blow. The appearance of the massive remote ocean body greatly shocked Venerable Pay Feng, who had never seen a special life-form creature with such a large divine body. Luofeng burned his divine power on a massive scale to create enormous pressure that disrupted the domain of time belonging to the universe Venerable Overlord. Although the black whirlwind continued to tear at his body, the remote ocean's unlimited energy reserves managed to dampen the attack's power, until it finally disappeared completely. Instead of fleeing after withstanding the attack, Luofeng took a reckless action by ordering his remote ocean body to self-detonate right in front of Venerable Pay Fun. The tremendous explosion from the divine body, which was thousands of miles tall, destroyed space within a radius of 600,000 miles and released energy capable of threatening the life of a ruler of the universe. This cruel strategy was a huge gamble by Luofeng, who realized that his giant divine body was the most effective weapon to destroy an enemy who was far stronger than him. Venerable Pay Feng survived the deadly explosion thanks to his treasure armor, but he lost 20% of his divine body, which was very difficult to recover. Amidst the smoke of the explosion, Venerable Jiu Feng, the universe venerable overlord of the human race, arrived just in time to protect Luofeng from further attacks. The presence of this universe venerable further cornered Venerable Pay Feng, as he had to face an opponent of equal standing while his strength was already greatly depleted. Venerable Jiu Feng, equipped with 4 true treasures, decisively drove Venerable Pay Feng away and warned that other human reinforcements would arrive soon. Frustrated at being humiliated by an Immortal-level fighter, Venerable Pay Feng finally chose to flee and left the battlefield with burning resentment. This extraordinary victory proved that Luofeng was no longer just a genius talent, but a real threat capable of making even the universe venerable overlords feel threatened. After the battle subsided, Venerable Jiu Feng praised Luofeng while also issuing a stern warning about the true power of Venerable Pay Feng, who was a universe venerable overlord. Although Luofeng managed to injure his enemy with his divine body explosion, this was only because his opponent had underestimated the great potential hidden behind the figure of the Immortal-level fighter. Venerable Jiu Feng explained that Venerable Pay Feng was actually capable of operating his true treasure armor up to the 3rd level, an achievement that could only be attained by those with a profound understanding of the laws. Venerable Jiu Feng emphasized that Luofeng must be very wary of Venerable Pay Feng's close-range combat techniques because his true treasure sword was capable of destroying ordinary treasures in a single slash. Luofeng realized that in the duel, he had deliberately hidden other trump cards, such as the ancient boat galaxy and the domain technique of the Mosha body, in order to keep his power a secret. He chose to rely on the unlimited regeneration of the remote ocean body as his main shield because the giant body could be quickly restored without having to reveal all his personal secrets to the public. Upon returning to the world of Glory Square, Luofeng was greeted by a crowd of millions of heirs who were extremely curious about the final outcome of the deadly duel against King Bark Mirror. To answer everyone's doubts, he immediately played a video recording of the battle showing how King Bark Mirror was severely suppressed before finally deciding to blow himself up. The screening of this authentic evidence instantly silenced the entire audience and spread the news of the extraordinary victory of this human talent to various great powers throughout the universe. All the heirs in the world of glory were amazed to see a special life-form creature with power equivalent to that of a universe venerable being completely destroyed by a warrior of the human race at the immortal level. The fact that King Bark Mirror died by suicide was clear evidence of how dominant Luofeng's star diagram technique was at that moment. This victory also confirmed Luofeng's position as a new legendary figure that no race should underestimate, even though he had not yet officially reached the level of Universe Venerable. Amidst the commotion, Venerable Pay Fun felt relieved that Luofeng did not spread the recording of him being injured, but he still issued a silent threat to take revenge at their next meeting. Luofeng responded to the threat with extraordinary calm, while ensuring that news of his victory immediately reached the ears of the human race's Universe Venerables on Thunder Island. With this glorious battle record, Luofeng succeeded in proving absolutely that he was very worthy of occupying the palace on the mountainside, and had a status equal to that of the other rulers of the universe. On the slopes of Thunder Island, the Luo family has now transformed into a super family, with abundant resources and a world master army that greatly reveres Luofeng. The news of his decisive victory over King Bark Mirror instantly changed the cold atmosphere on the island to one of respect from the Universe Venerables, who had previously doubted his qualifications. Now, Luofeng is no longer seen as just a lucky, talented young man, but is recognized as a formidable genius warrior who has great potential to become a main pillar of the human race in the future. Master Zhen Yan came to visit his disciple's palace to convey the good news about the apologies and admiration from the Universe Venerables, who had previously sneered at Luofeng's status. The strategy of silencing criticism, with a record of actual combat, proved to be very effective, as thousands of congratulatory emails continued to pour in from various rulers of the universe who wanted to form alliances. Luofeng felt very satisfied because the proof of his strength had succeeded in forcing these arrogant officials to change their attitude and acknowledge his position on the mountainside. The atmosphere in the palace became even more lively with the sudden visit of Venerable Gi Yi, who brought an official message from the Primal Chaos City leader regarding the elevation of Luofeng's political status at the race level. He was officially declared to have passed the qualifications to join the Supreme Council, a Supreme Council consisting only of the most influential Universe Venerables in the entire human race. This success was a new and very proud milestone because now Luofeng and his teacher had been officially recognized as part of the highest decision-making body for the human race. Amidst the excitement, Venerable Gi Yi and Nine Flames Universe Country Master hinted that a very crucial Supreme Council meeting would be held in the near future. Although the details of the agenda were still confidential, the tone of the officials indicated that the meeting would discuss issues that were vital and would determine the fate of the entire human race. Luofeng was now waiting with anticipation to attend his first hearing, where he would be directly involved in highly confidential galactic-scale strategic affairs. Another big surprise came through a notification from World of Glory, announcing that Luofeng's extraordinary achievements had attracted the direct attention of the highest authorities in the ancestral god sect. One of the 8 beast gods, the Thunderbeast God, was scheduled to descend directly to Bauhinia Island to publicly present a valuable treasure to the Blade River King. This legendary level honor made Luofeng feel extremely excited, as he had finally received international recognition equivalent to the achievements of King Zuchong in the past. Luofeng waited for the arrival of the Thunderbeast God on Bauhinia Island with great anticipation, even though Master Zhen Yan doubted the generosity of the ancestral god sect. The master explained that the sect usually favored members who were completely loyal, unlike Luofeng, who continued to prioritize the interests of the human race. However, the god's plan to personally attend indicated that the gift would undoubtedly be an extraordinary true treasure. While waiting, Luofeng used the time to study the golden Shak Ho King armor, a true treasure armor he had looted from the King Bark Mirror. This golden armor had 3 levels of defense that could weaken material attacks to 1/10,000th of their original power. He also equipped the entire body of the golden horned beast with swallowing claws, a set of treasure claws that drastically increased its close-range attack power. After 11 days, the sky above Bauhinia Island was instantly covered by a giant thunderstorm that signaled the presence of a legendary entity, the Thunderbeast God. The energy pressure it emitted was so massive that it was able to suppress hundreds of millions of heirs and render even the Universe Venerables powerless. This god appeared with an aura of pure primordial law, surpassing the power of the island's guardian god that Luofeng had encountered before. The Thunderbeast God revealed its magnificent form, with cyan electrified fur and eyes as deep as the ocean of thunder, capable of shaking the soul of anyone who saw it. With a voice as thunderous as thunder, the god officially summoned the Blade River King to come before him in the sky. An invisible force then lifted Luofeng's body into the air, making him the center of attention in front of all the inhabitants of Bauhinia Island. All the heirs witnessed this rare moment with envy and admiration for the public recognition received by this talented human. The presence of one of the 8 beast gods proved that Luofeng's influence had now been recognized by the highest authority in the universe. This moment of gift-giving would become a great historical event that cemented Luofeng's position as a legendary figure on par with the most powerful special life forms in the universe. Luofeng slowly rose into the sky, under the gaze of millions of heirs filled with envy and awe on Bauhinia Island. Before the Thunderbeast God, he received direct recognition for his strength, progress, and willpower, which had been proven in previous deadly battles. The Thunderbeast then summoned a giant ball of lightning from the sky, which shot down like a meteor toward the Blade River King. The ball of lightning slowly dimmed and transformed into an ancient golden mirror, with a diameter of hundreds of miles in front of Luofeng. Although confused by this type of treasure, Luofeng respectfully accepted it before the Thunderbeast disappeared in an instant, along with all of its energy pressure. The departure of the Thunderbeast left behind a flurry of speculation among the heirs regarding the true function of the giant mirror that had just been given by the ancestral god sect. In another part of the universe, a universe master in the form of a white-haired, four-legged creature arrived in the Northern Territory Alliance to meet Venerable Pay Fun. This supreme ruler intended to perform a forbidden technique to reverse time in order to revive the deceased King Bark Mirror. Preparations were made very carefully because this time manipulation technique carried a very high risk of backlash from the laws of the universe. The process of reversing time began with a surreal scene in which all events in the area moved backwards, like a fast-forwarded movie. The Universe Master used his absolute power to withstand all the punishments of the laws of the universe in order to bring the soul of King Bark Mirror back to the present. Amidst the screams of excruciating pain caused by the rejection of nature, the special life form slowly began to reappear in the real world. King Bark Mirror was finally fully resurrected, but he was confused and devastated after realizing his defeat by Luofeng. His sadness deepened when he learned that all of his true treasures were lost forever because the Universe Master could only restore his life without his possessions. Now, driven by a burning vengeance toward the Blade River King, the once arrogant King Bark Mirror must begin his struggle anew. The awakening of King Bark Mirror resulted in grave consequences, as Master Qi Lan sustained severe injuries from the universe's laws when he reversed time. Venerable Pay Feng explained that the cost of resurrecting a being at the level of a universe venerable was extremely high and nearly drained a great deal of energy from a high-level universe master. Bark Mirror now realized that he owed a huge debt and would not get a second chance for free if he died again in the future. Venerable Pay Feng gave a stern warning to Bark Mirror not to recklessly seek revenge before he truly ascended to the level of a true universe. Venerable, he acknowledged that Luofeng's current power was already on par with a universe venerable, capable of even injuring him, a universe venerable overlord. King Bark Mirror could only grit his teeth in overflowing rage as he realized that the power gap between himself and his enemy was now even wider. On the other hand, Luofeng began to integrate his new treasure called the Golden Thread Aurora Mirror, which turned out to be a high-level domain-type treasure. Although not classified as a true treasure, this golden mirror had extraordinary value and was capable of giving him complete control over the surrounding battlefield. Luofeng immediately imprinted his soul mark onto the mirror until it shrank in size and fused perfectly as a golden mark on his chest. When activated, the mirror released golden threads and auroras that filled an area of 60 million square miles to suppress and bind his enemies. The power of this domain increased dramatically when combined with Luofeng's golden law, allowing him to face ordinary universe venerables much more easily. With this new control ability, Luofeng felt increasingly confident in determining the fate of his own battles, whether to finish off his opponents or escape safely. Luofeng's peace of mind while studying his new treasure was disturbed by the sudden arrival of his friends, such as King Seven Swords, who brought very bad news. They reported a major incident in the World of Glory that threatened the reputation and safety of the Blade River King on an unprecedented scale. Luofeng, who had been secluded in his palace, felt confused and wary because his friends' warnings indicated that this time the problem was really serious. Then what happened next? Okay, thank you for watching until the end, and don't forget to support this channel with likes, subscribe, and comments. That's all from me. Bye.
听说很多一族超级强者都向你那赶过去了。
赶紧
9000万，
好过！
那便如你们所愿。
刀和我
星火贯天，但现在
一比。